Home to some of Victoria's most stunning beaches and national parks, the Mornington Peninsula is a perfect coastal escape. Located just over an hour from Melbourne, it's one of the easiest getaways from Australia's second largest city. Over a few days, watch as we explore rugged coastlines, discover incredible beaches, and get up close with some amazing wildlife throughout the region. The Mornington Peninsula covers over 700 square kilometres, with a range of different towns across the region, each offering completely different scenery. Along the Port Phillip Bay side of the peninsula, you'll find coastal towns like Mornington and Sorrento, while inland areas such as Red Hill are known for their rolling hills, wineries and countryside landscapes. For our stay, we chose Martha Cove, a luxury marina precinct lined with waterfront homes, private boats and incredible views across the harbour. Martha Cove is primarily a residential marina estate. However, there are also several Airbnb stays available throughout the area. Especially during summer, staying here is one of the best options on the peninsula, with direct access to the nearby beaches, waterfront walking tracks and scenic boardwalks where you can sit back and watch boats pass through the marina. Located within Martha Cove, there's a cafe perfect for grabbing a morning coffee, as well as a waterfront restaurant, although it's worth noting that the restaurant is on the more expensive side. Just 5 minutes away, however, you'll also find the nearby town centre of Dromana, offering supermarkets, cafes and plenty of dining options. During one of our many walks along the boardwalk, we spotted a local favourite known as Sammy the Seal. Locals often see him swimming throughout the marina around Martha Cove, or relaxing along the nearby rocks soaking up the sun. As you pass all the waterfront homes and reach the end of the boardwalk, you arrive at the beach. This beach is great since it's in a small tucked away cove. As you can see, the beach is also home to the colourful bathing boxes that are iconic to many beaches around Victoria. Coming here at sunset is a perfect time to visit, as the golden light reflects across the water and over parts of the Mornington Peninsula. One thing to keep in mind though is that this area is also an off-leash dog beach, so it can get quite busy with locals walking their dogs along the sand. Located along the Port Phillip coastline of the Mornington Peninsula lies Arthur's Seat, the highest point on the peninsula. Just a 10-minute drive from Martha Cove, the area offers a range of activities including a maze garden and a chairlift that takes you to the summit. But in our opinion, the true highlight is Seawinds Gardens and the surrounding Arthur's Seat State Park. The views from various points around the park are incredible, offering pristine coastal views across the entire region. The park stretches across a large portion of the Central Peninsula, with one of its walking trails spanning 28 kilometres, taking you from one side of the peninsula to the other. You don't have to complete the full 28-kilometre trail though, as there are a variety of shorter walks throughout the park, each leading you through different landscapes, from towering forest trees to colourful garden fields. The best time to visit the park is either early morning or late afternoon, as these are the ideal times for wildlife sightings. In our opinion, this is one of the best places in Victoria to spot wild kangaroos, grazing across the open grasslands. While kangaroos may appear large and muscular, especially some of the males, they're generally harmless and naturally cautious around humans. If you get too close, they'll usually move away, but it's always best to keep a respectful distance and observe them while giving them plenty of space. During the middle of the day, you generally won't see many kangaroos out on the open plains, as they usually retreat into the bushland to rest in the shade. Overall, in just one afternoon, we were able to spot at least 50 kangaroos throughout the entire park. By late afternoon, we were among the last people remaining in the park, and we witnessed an incredible clash between two male kangaroos. Male kangaroos often fight for dominance, with these kickboxing matches usually centered around females. The park isn't just known for kangaroos, it's also home to a wide range of Australian wildlife, including echidnas, ducks, and a variety of native bird species. And if you're lucky, you might even spot a koala resting high in the treetops. During our walks, we were surprised by how many echidnas we spotted. While they're not an everyday sight in most parts of Australia, we managed to see 4 during our time here. It's also important to be aware of snakes along the trails and bushland during the summer months. Some species, such as tiger snakes, which are commonly found in Victoria, are venomous. So if you're walking in summer, it's best to wear long pants for extra protection or stick to the wider main trails. A popular option and something many visitors choose to do is walk from the start of the Two Bays walking track up to Seawinds Gardens before catching the Arthur Seat chairlift back down or vice versa. The walk is around 5 kilometers one way uphill. While it is quite steep in sections, the views and scenery along the way definitely make it worth it. While walking the trails, one thing that really stood out to us was just how well maintained and preserved the area is. Across all of our walks, we didn't come across a single piece of rubbish, which is a real credit to the locals and park staff who help keep the gardens and trails in such great condition. It also helps that this part of the peninsula still feels relatively untouched compared to some of Australia's more crowded international tourist destinations. Apart from the amazing wildlife on display in the afternoons, another main reason why it's the best time to visit the park is to watch the epic sunsets during the summer season from the lookout points. Located right next to the summit of the Arthur Seat chairlift and the main car park for Seawinds Gardens is Enchanted Adventure. It's filled with outdoor mazes, gardens, and treetop adventures, which is a great day out, especially for families. As previously mentioned, the Mornington Peninsula has 2 very different coastlines on either side. First, we'll explore the Port Phillip Bayside. Along this coastline, the beaches sit within the bay itself, meaning the water is generally calmer with smaller waves and less rough conditions compared to the ocean side of the peninsula, which is more exposed to the open sea. When it comes to swimming, the Port Phillip Bayside is generally the more popular option, thanks to its calmer waters and safer swimming conditions compared to the powerful waves and currents found on the ocean side. What you're seeing on screen is Rye Beach, located in one of the main towns and holiday destinations on the peninsula. The area features a range of shops and restaurants close to the waterfront. along with a long pier and scenic foreshore walking paths. We stopped here for lunch before taking a stroll along the coastline. Another great beachside destination is Safety Beach. This is another popular spot during the summer months and also features a great coastline walk. It's located extremely close to our accommodation at Martha Cove. We've visited Safety Beach at different times throughout the year. The summer season runs from December to February, and this is when the area is packed with people. But during the rest of the year, it's a completely different atmosphere, much more quiet and more relaxed. One of the best parts about summer in Victoria is how late the sun stays out, with daylight lasting until after 9 o'clock in the evening. It gives you a full day to enjoy the sunshine. We were walking here after 7 o'clock in the evening, and as you can see, it still felt like the middle of the day. As you reach the end of the Safety Beach boardwalk, you arrive in the Mount Martha area. Here, the long sandy beaches are replaced by a pebbled coastline and dramatic cliffs. If you're into snorkeling, then the waters around Mount Martha are probably your best option along the Mornington Peninsula, with the rocky coastline and underwater vegetation attracting more marine life to the area. Still though, the Mornington Peninsula isn't really known for world-class snorkeling. One of the best things about the Mount Martha cliffs is how easy it is to find a quiet spot and simply listen to the sound of the water. The rocky coastline stretches for several kilometres, but most people tend to gather around one particular area known as the Mount Martha Pillars. So we'd recommend exploring some of the other sections instead. There's plenty of space to enjoy in peace. Now we're exploring the other side of the peninsula, and without a doubt one of the most popular scenic walks is at Cape Schanck. Here, you get incredible views as you make your way down a wooden boardwalk from high above the cliffs right down to ocean level. The area is also filled with rock pools, which become a popular place to swim during the summer months. Another great spot is the Sorrento Back Beaches, particularly Diamond Bay. Here you'll find a mix of rugged, rocky cliffs and hidden sandy walking trails. A lot of these spots are relatively hidden, and there isn't much information available about the lookouts. So what we did to find them was simply park at the start of different walking trails and just set off on foot. What we're showing you is just one of many viewing points we discovered along our walks. Much of the area is protected parkland forming part of the Mornington Peninsula National Park. That's why the landscape feels so untouched and far removed from the busier tourist spots nearby. It remains one of Victoria's most significant coastal park systems. To explore the area in full, you're going to need at least half a day. But what's great is that you can walk as short or as long as you like, and no matter what, you'll still be rewarded with incredible views along the way. Also, unlike many popular landmark spots around the world today, entry to these coastal parks are completely free. You don't even have to pay for parking. Now we're exploring the sandy beaches of the area. It's located right next to the cliffside coastline we've just come from. These beaches are iconic and exactly what you picture when you think of an Australian beach. Long stretches of sand and open ocean. Where we are now is Gunnamatta. This land is also known as a famous surfing spot. It's one of the best places to surf in Victoria. It even hosts competitions, and when you're walking along the shore, you'll often see surfers out in the ocean riding the waves. One of our highlights when we were here was walking through the sand dunes. As we were cutting through the vegetation, the dunes shift and change over time with the wind, giving the whole area a raw, untouched feel. It's a really unique transition from bushland to open ocean. The back beaches are completely different to the bay beaches we explored earlier. This is all about raw, open ocean. It's often windy and swimming is not recommended unless flags are clearly displayed, as the strong currents have unfortunately led to several fatalities over the years. We were here in the afternoon, mainly to catch the sunset. Gunnamatta is a prime spot for it, with wide open horizons and uninterrupted views across the ocean, making for some incredible sunset scenes. If you want another great spot to catch ocean views, then look no further than number 16 Beach in Rye. It's a more secluded stretch of coastline with sweeping dunes and minimal crowds. At number 16 Beach, what we found is that you can spot a range of coastal bird life. Seagulls are the most common, but you can also catch other birds such as ospreys or sea eagles circling above the coastline and searching for fish. At night, one of the best things to do on the peninsula if you have a car is to visit the Dromana Drive-In. Here, you can watch the latest movies from the comfort of your own car. If you want the best chance to get up close with Australia's native animals, then the Briars Parklands is the perfect choice. We stopped here one morning and explored their wildlife trail. The animals are kept within a protected fenced reserve, but they're able to roam freely within the area. There are two trail options, a shorter 2-kilometre walk or a longer 4-kilometre loop, giving you plenty of flexibility depending on how far you want to explore. Entrance is free to enter, and along the way you can see a variety of native wildlife including emus, wallabies, kangaroos, and even echidnas moving through the bushland. Echidnas are often described as Australia's version of the anteater, which is found in Central and South America. They both have similar diets, mainly feeding on ants and termites, using their long sticky tongues, but they have evolved completely separately in different parts of the world. We also saw something different. At first we thought we spotted some large rats, but we later realised these were in fact bandicoots. They're small, native marsupials that are actually an important part of the local ecosystem. Because we enjoyed the longer 4-kilometre trail so much, we actually ended up doing the 2-kilometre loop as well, giving us a total of around 6 kilometres over about 2 hours, taking our time and really exploring the area. As we've shown you throughout this video, the Mornington Peninsula has so many activities on offer. The landscapes are incredibly diverse no matter where you are, and everything is within close proximity, making it for the perfect escape from Melbourne. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.